Okay, folks, so how's it going? It's nighttime poetry time in tea with Shani. Tea time in poetry. Yay! So this is the third poem I'm recording tonight. I'm going through a collection of my classic poems that I wrote about 15 years ago. That's good peppermint tea. And this one is Mississippi Bound, Part 1. I don't think I ever wrote a Part 2. It's about my journal poem of trip to Canton, Mississippi, visiting my grandmother, Mosby, and the aunt and uncle and cousins. This was the famous Poem of the Week installment number 103 from November 9th, 2006. And so it's been pretty fun revisiting my old poetry. I think it's really stellar, and a lot of this writing is so much more superb than some of the poems I've written the last few years. I feel like I'm kind of burnt out, so I'm hoping I can find some detail and some great structure, detail, insight, wisdom, great thematic qualities, and great topics to talk about. It's hard to write fresh new poems, so this has been really a joy to go through these and read good poetry from years ago, and it will help inspire me. So this one's called Mississippi Bound, Part 1. Wow, what sheer uncanny delight it was, a trip for the ages. Such pleasure it was to visit a family of such kindness and love, headed by a grandmother of such faith and grace. Let's round up the folks and savor the moment. A brilliant dinner of asparagus and zesty beef, cooked over a blazing fire, a grill of gold. Beef that tasted like a medal winning feast, complete with a powerful zap of Shapley's, the best spice in town. These relatives have such a spark of energy and joy. It's such a precious time that I've had spending with them, and all the time I feel full of peace and settled contentment I have not felt in such a long time. Well, we begin with a rough 7.5 hour drive, complete with the terrors and rains of thunderstorms and wrecks on the highway, yet I find my way back to a home away from home. The great land of Mississippi, and Mimi waiting for me at the door. Good to see her once again. The first night, we rekindle and catch up. A delightful pizza and ice cream, and I begin to yawn, needing sleep and time to catch up. And with that time change and another, I gained 2 hours this week. Cool. Weird, isn't it? It's a beautiful respite of soothing sleep, finds me full of sprightly energy the next morn. And then we dazzle our taste buds into sweet rolls, orange juice, bacon, and hearty scrambled eggs. What a joy it is to shop for the ones you love, and have time to find a sweater or two, and some corduroys too, thanks Mimi. Back to Uncle Chris's and Aunt Mary's farmhouse in the good old country, and a priceless time stargazing, with Mimi as our guide. Oh yeah, I think when I was here I visited and we went stargazing that night, and I was with my cousin Matthew, and it was right around October and Halloween. I think it was actually Halloween night when I first visited there. Let's see. We think we see the kite and the swan, and we are amazed to see the little M, even with the glorious bright crescent moon above. Back to the house, and we rest in what used to be where my stepmother sleeps. Then it became the heavenly joys of Sunday. We celebrate the opening of a new school, named after Sister Thea, as Cousin Matthew drops by. Good to see his face again. More and more, I see his father in him. What magic is found in the wonders of life? But how I feel so terrible for the old dogs of my home state, losing a heartbreaker to Florida in football. A college football reunion of great legends, yet saddened we have to suffer another year. Now it's back to Mimi's cozy retreat, and a peaceful read ahead. Slowly but happily diving and swimming in my books, writing a verse or two of poetry, ready to tackle the guitar in the morning. From what I've reflected on through my nightly prayer, I can see the holiness of this family, a great joy and relief it is to be a part of. Thanks. Part 2 next week. So that's the end of that.